Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into some absolutely crucial health data to help us recognize and, more importantly, repair a weakened immune system. I want you to think of your immune system as your body's ultimate 24/7 security force. We're going to uncover exactly how to tell if that force is compromised and exactly what you can do about it. So, let's set the stage here. We all get the sniffles now and then, right? That's just life. But while occasional sickness is completely normal, a persistent pattern of symptoms, well, that's your body's internal alarm system ringing loud and clear. It is literally asking you for help. The real question we need to ask ourselves today is, are we actually listening when our invisible shield starts to fail?
Signs 1 to 5.
Okay, sign number one is something we almost always just brush off: frequent and prolonged colds. We love to blame the change in the weather or, that one person sneezing on the train, but catching common viruses way too often or having them linger for weeks instead of just a few days, that's a massive red flag that your frontline defenses are just totally exhausted. Just think about the stark contrast between a healthy immune response and a struggling one. A normal immune system handles, say, 2 to 3 colds a year and usually resolves them in just a few days. But the warning signs really start flashing when you hit 4 or more colds a year or when they just drag on for weeks on end. That is a clear, measurable metric that your body is struggling. Moving on to sign number two, and honestly, this is a silent saboteur: constant high stress. When you're under unrelenting pressure, chronic stress just floods your body with hormones like cortisol. And this isn't just a mental burden, you guys. Cortisol directly suppresses your immune effectiveness. It's kind of like turning down the volume on your body's ability to fight off infection. All right, for sign three, we're looking right at your stomach. If you're constantly dealing with frequent digestive issues, we're talking diarrhea, bloating, persistent heartburn, it's not just that last meal disagreeing with you. It actually signals a severe imbalance in your gut bacteria, which is fundamentally tied to how well you fight off illness. And get this, here is exactly why that gut connection happens. A staggering 75% of your immune cells actually reside right there in your digestive tract. No way, right? So when your gut is unhealthy, the literal headquarters of your body's defense system is totally compromised. Okay, on to sign four. Let's see how this builds across your whole body. Have you ever noticed that minor cuts, scrapes, or burns are taking an unusually long time to heal? Or maybe they easily become infected? That means your immune system is failing. A healthy system immediately sends nutrient-rich blood cells to regenerate the skin at an injury site. When that process slows down, your immunity is definitely underperforming. Wrapping up our first five, sign number five is frequent infections, and this goes way beyond the common colds. We're talking about repeated sinus, ear, or bronchial infections, or even bouts of pneumonia. If you find yourself needing multiple rounds of antibiotics in a single year, that is a huge red flag. It's your immune system practically begging for support. Signs 6 to 10. All right, sign 6. We're talking about bone-deep exhaustion here. I'm not just talking about needing that afternoon cup of coffee. If you are waking up tired after a full night's sleep and you're just lacking energy all day long, it indicates your body is burning all its available energy just to conserve your depleted immune system. It's working overtime and it's leaving you completely drained. Sign 7 comes down to what's on our plates. If you're on a sugar-heavy diet, consistently eating processed foods, sugary drinks, refined carbs, you are actively feeding inflammation. And even more surprisingly, a high sugar intake actually temporarily suppresses your white blood cells' ability to fight off bacteria. You're essentially disarming your own soldiers. Now, sign 8 reveals something you'd probably never associate with immunity: your eyes. Chronic dry, red, or unusually gritty eyes can actually be a subtle clue of systemic inflammation. In some cases, it points to an autoimmune issue where the body gets confused and literally attacks its own moisture-producing glands. It's a localized symptom of a much larger systemic problem. Moving to sign 9, unexplained low-grade fevers. Running a slight fever without an obvious cause, like having the flu or a bad cold, really suggests your immune system is working in overdrive. It's actively fighting an unseen threat, turning up your temperature to create a hostile environment for invaders, even if you don't feel traditionally sick. To put a number on it, if your thermometer is consistently hovering right around that 99 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit mark, which is about 37.2 to 38 degrees Celsius, your internal alarms are definitely going off. It's a low-level boil telling you your defenses are engaged in a hidden battle. And finally, sign 10. We're looking at your skin.
Frequent inflamed skin conditions like eczema, contact dermatitis, or hives that just appear suddenly without a clear allergic trigger point directly to a heightened, imbalanced immune response. Your skin is your largest organ, and it often mirrors the chaotic immune activity happening right beneath the surface.
Rebuilding your defenses.
Okay, so if you're sitting there nodding along to a few of those signs today, seriously, don't panic. You can start rebuilding your health fortress from the inside out right now. First up, prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep. That is the critical window when your body actively produces infection-fighting molecules. Next, actively manage your stress and cortisol levels through daily practices like yoga, meditation, or just taking time to decompress. Also, you've got to fuel that massive 75% gut immunity we talked about earlier. Pack your meals with colorful veggies, lean proteins, and crucial nutrients like vitamin C, D, and zinc. Try to aim for 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week too, because that movement literally boosts your immune cell circulation, sending your defenses exactly where they need to go. And critically, cut back on the sugars, refined carbs, and toxins that are actively disarming your soldiers.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought for today's explainer. Your body communicates with you constantly, and the clues to your immune health are all right there in plain sight, from how many colds you catch to the energy you have when you wake up in the morning. So now that you have the blueprint, how will you choose to fortify your